Oh my goodness, today is my birthday and I am 42 years old, or like I've been saying, it's my second 21st birthday. And since it's my birthday, I want to give a gift to you. My gift is, I want to tell you some of the biggest things that I've learned over the course of my life that have given me so much happiness and health that can help you have the same. The first one is to live your life with passion and purpose. This was the greatest gift that Lupus gave me. When I was 16 years old, they told me I had 6 months to live if I didn't get aggressive chemotherapy and steroids. My kidneys were failing. I had arthritis. I was so sick. And what that taught me was, you know what? Some things are going to be out of our control. We never know how long we have on this planet. A meteor could come through my ceiling right now and take me out. I don't know. But the one thing I do have control over is what I do with my time and where I put my attention. So even though I was only 16 years old when I was diagnosed, my family came around me and said, you know what? Let's figure out what your life's about, because it's not about lupus. You're not a sick person who's not going to finish high school or not going to go to college. You have something you're going to do with your life. And they kept me focused on that. So when I wasn't sick from chemotherapy, I would read my chemistry book and my biology book because I was fascinated with the human body. I spent all of my time thinking about my future, about what I wanted to do with my life. And for me, it was, I knew I wanted to help other people, which ultimately led me to become a doctor. But I also put a lot of time and attention into my passions in the moment. What made me feel great? What made me feel grateful? So even if I was stuck in bed because I was vomiting from my medicines and weak and in pain with arthritis, I would use my mind to take me away to the things that I loved most and to think about the people I love most who made me feel grateful for being on this planet. Both my grandparents are Holocaust survivors, and they taught me that every day you wake up is a good day, and you have to listen for the music. And when you hear the music, you dance. And what I can tell you is, even if you can't get up and dance, you can dance halfway in your chair, you can dance in your mind, but always look for what's good and beautiful and think about what it is that you were born to do. What is your heart beat for? Because that is your purpose. Your purpose is never to be sick or to suffer. My second gift to you is to remind you that you are a spiritual being, but you're in a physical body and you have to nourish both parts of your life. So for your physical body, you need to exercise and move to tell your body that you want to use it to stay strong throughout your life. You also need to feed yourself the right things. You know, I always have a smoothie close by, right? I'm always making sure that I eat my greens and my omega-3 fatty acids. I stay hydrated and I make sure that I give my body the best foods so that I can have the most health possible. Eating this way reversed my lupus 14 years ago. And here I am sitting here at 42 years old, healthy and strong on a recent cover of Fit Over 40, when I was told back in the day that I'd be lucky to live to my 40s with how severe my disease was, and if I did, I would likely be disabled. All of that changed because of how I learned to feed myself. So that is something you have power over that you can start doing right away. Now you also have to feed your spiritual side, and that's what I call self-care. Every day, I want you to find something that makes you smile and to do things that you love. Spend time with the people you love, even if it's by phone. But every day should have something in it that's just for you, whether it's a long, hot bath, listening to spiritual music, going to church, or being with people that you love in your spiritual community. Something that makes you feel connected to the beauty that is all around you, that makes you grateful that you woke up every single day. If your life is just about illness and nutrition and work, it's going to be really hard to stay motivated to take care of yourself, because what's the point? So look for all the things that nourish your spirit and make sure you're doing that too. And the last one I want to share with you has been one of the most powerful lessons that has really transformed every aspect of my health. In fact, it's probably the reason I'm alive. And that is that true love starts with you. You attract exactly what you are. So if you're feeling insecure, if you neglect yourself, if you don't feed yourself well, if you don't take time out for yourself, if you put yourself last, then romantically, you're going to attract someone who's going to do the same, because we teach people how to take care of us by how we take care of ourselves. So if you're struggling in the romance department, what you really want to do is put all that love that you want into yourself. I'm with my true love, my soulmate, Thomas Tadlock. And when I met him at 28 years old, I was living in such gratitude for my life. Even though I had lupus, even though right before I met him, I was having blood clots in my brain because of lupus and I had to inject myself with blood thinners, in spite of everything that's gone on inside my body, I felt so lucky because, one, I was still alive. Lupus didn't get me yet. It tried, but there was always a medicine. I was still alive, and I was grateful for every heartbeat that I had. Two, because I was pursuing my passion, every day felt good that I was going to become a doctor, even if I couldn't practice for that long, even if I got disabled and I couldn't continue to do it. I was going after what made me happy, and I felt full of purpose. I surrounded myself with friends that treated me well, that I loved to be with. So I was really happy. And I didn't need anybody. I would go on dates, but I wasn't searching for someone to complete me because I felt whole and complete and happy all by myself. And so what happened? I met someone who felt whole and complete and happy all by himself, had already decided himself that he'd be happy if he never got married either. And when we met, we didn't need each other, but we loved each other. We, to this day, we'll be married 14 years this year. And every day we laugh. We're so excited. Every morning we roll over and look at each other and we smile and say, I love you and I'm so happy to be with you. But that's been super important, is that we had to do the work on ourselves first before we'd be able to attract someone at that same level. If you let people mistreat you, if you let people talk down to you, or if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to keep attracting that in your life, and you deserve better. And that will affect your health as well, right? You also have to be really good at saying no to what's wrong. When I met my husband, I was actually on a date with somebody else, but he was rude and he talked down to me and he was angry. And I stood that for about 5 minutes and I said, you know what? This is not for me. I find you very rude and I'm ending this date. And if I hadn't had the confidence to walk away from him, I never would have been able to pick up Thomas Tadlock a few minutes later. And he's the one who took me home, and he is the one that I've spent my life with. So if you haven't gotten good at saying no to what's wrong in your life, whether it's in your relationships, in your diet, or in any other aspect of your life, you're missing out on the incredible miracles that are waiting for you. Because guess what? Thomas Tadlock is the one who came up with the original nutrition plan that reversed my lupus 14 years ago. So by focusing on my passion and taking care of both my physical and emotional being, and being willing to say no to what's wrong and truly loving myself, I was able to find the person who was able to give me the answers I was missing. It saved my life. So I hope that these gifts are going to help you find the same, because the more you take care of yourself, the more beautiful and healthy and wonderful your life will be.